artists use 2 ingredients, shape, line, to make their art interesting. So Paul Klee uses shape and line to make his abstract works of art. You guys are making your own abstract work of art by using the letters of your name. And when you make the letters of your name really big to fill the space, you are creating accidental shapes. And you're just rolling with it to see what happens. So you don't know what your art's going to look like until it's done. That's my favorite kind of art to make. I don't know what it's going to look like. I'm just making it and seeing what happens. This is what you did last time. So you broke your paper into 3 sections. And then you filled each section from the top to the bottom with the letters of your name. Your name might not fit. Like my first name is Chris Ann. It did not fit. So I went on to the next section. And then I put my middle name. Some of you might have put your middle name. Some of you might have put just your last name or just your first name. It's up to you. But you got to fill the whole paper. If you have extra room, you could put a shape. Like somebody yesterday was putting like a basketball in between their letters or like a heart shape. You could do that if you want. But here's what we are doing today. We are going to learn to make some pattern, baby. Say pattern, baby. Pattern, baby. Flip your paper of your sketchbook over to your Elements of Art sketchbook page. Look at that. If you look closely at your Elements of Art sketchbook page, let me see if I can zoom in. There's a section that says line. Can you make, in this box right here, can you make a straight line? Maybe you make some that are horizontal, some that are vertical. Okay? In the next one, these are easy. Let's go. Let's do a diagonal line. You could do one, or you could do a bunch of diagonal lines. Let's practice some curvy lines. So maybe you do like wave kind of lines, like curly hair. Yeah. Maybe it's super curly and wavy. Swirly might have like some curly cues in it. So maybe it curls over itself like this. I mean, your swirly lines might look different than my swirly lines this time.
I just make it stick.
How about some zigzags, y'all? Try some different ones. Maybe you have some wide ones. Maybe you have some like skinnier ones. I don't know. You can even make a dotted line. So maybe you make dots that kind of go in a spiral. It's not being like a careful artist. When you're making polka dots, you want to make it carefully, one at a time, like this. See how I'm doing one at a time? That's how you make dots like an artist. Take your time. Take your time. All right, dash lines are the same thing, except they're a little bit longer, like lots of short lines. Someone noticed that my dash lines are also diagonal lines. I like that. Yours might be straight across. It looks like it's raining in that square. It looks like it's raining. Yeah. All right, this one might be my favorite. Here we go. Ready? Spiral. Start in the middle and go around yourself until you run out of room. Spiral. Look at that. Here's how an artist might scribble. So make something up, but go slow.
We never go slow.
Okay.
Scribble, yeah, I'll take that.
You just make something up. Just make something up. And for the last one, I want you to make up your own. So maybe you do like castle lines. I like to call these castle lines where they go up and down. Or maybe you do like a wave line like I did with my doodle. Maybe you do, someone said like a W kind of line like that where you're kind of like making W's. Make up however you want. So up to you. We're just practicing different lines. When you combine these types of lines, or you do a bunch of them like I did, you created a pattern. Raise your hand if you made a pattern with some of your lines. I did. A pattern is where you repeat yourself. So if you repeated your straight lines, you have a pattern of straight lines. If you repeated your dash lines, you have a pattern. So the last thing we can do in here is we can skip ahead. Let me unzoom so you can see my face. So for every project we do in here, there is a page that you can practice in. This one says 8. So we're on project number 1. When you are practicing today, I want you to come up with as many patterns as you can. You already did some, but maybe this time you do, like, instead of just straight lines, you'll do, look, this is a pattern. 1, 2, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3 horizontal, 1, 2, 3 horizontal, 1, 2, 3 vertical. So that's a pattern. Maybe you do a pattern of shapes with like hearts. I just want to see how many different kinds of patterns you can come up with. Maybe you do polka dots like this. I just want you to practice some patterns because we're going to need them. Super cool. So if you make some wavy lines that are like maybe kind of big, you can fill in your wavy lines with this pattern. Ready? So connect them. It's like tubes with curves. This is my favorite pattern, I think.
Wait, what? Oh my god.
So like I have a tube. And then the tube next to it, go the opposite direction. So now go this way.
Oh wait, I want to do that thing where like the fake.
But all I'm doing is I'm repeating myself. And that could be a pattern. You do like stripes, but then instead of just doing regular stripes, you make some lines on the top.
Oh, that's bad.
But if you move the next lines in the middle of those lines, now you made a brick pattern. That's kind of fun. Now you know how to make a brick pattern. So how many different patterns can you guys come up with? Try your own. That is when you have like some stripes that are close together and some that are far apart. And then you do the same thing the other way. Some close together, some far apart. That's kind of like plaid. Like if you have a plaid shirt. I don't know if anyone has a plaid shirt on. Oh, if you look at people's shirts, there's some cool patterns on your shirts, guys. Like I see a flower pattern. I see stripes on Celine's shirt. Once you are happy and you feel like you have lots of patterns that you are ready to roll with, here is your art from last time. You need to go over it with your Sharpie. I already did that. So in between your letters, you have shapes. I want you to pick different colors and fill the shapes in with as many patterns as you can. So remember, I could do like a circle pattern in here.
Oh my god.
I could do a pattern like that there. I could do like plus signs. I like to do plus signs sometimes. That's fun. So use your colored Sharpies to fill in as many shapes as you can. Okay? Oh my gosh, look at the screen. How many different patterns can you find on here? Whoa. You got checkerboard. Look, there's a spider web pattern on that one. There's like a city pattern.
I was about to get those Sharpies.